perfume friends.
Hello.
It's been a while.
As always.
Our cat, I know we've seen some comments about concerns about Dr. Kitty Noodles. You shouldn't be concerned about him, you should be concerned about us. He basically works us to the bone. If we're not feeding him constantly or giving him cuddles, he tries to kill us. And that's why we haven't been here. All because of our cat.
Yep. And you'll get a different excuse the next time you see us for our next video, which will be in approximately 12 years.
I was going to say, forever. It is what it is.
It is what it is. So anyways.
We're here.
We are here to talk about a beautiful perfume today called Mandarava. I'm not going to try to pronounce that appropriately because it's going to be horrible no matter what I do.
Horrible.
Mandarava, there you go. That's part of the collection from Parfums Prissana. You'll see they've got the information on the side here. You can hear our dog Diogenes barking in the background. It's lovely. He also wants to smell Mandarava.
Yep.
So Mandarava, Parfums Prissana, it's one of the maybe 3 or 4 different lines that Prin Lamrose runs. He also perfumes for a lot of other people, so his work is out there. You have
Probably
smelled
smelled
it.
something, yeah.
But anyways, this is his old bottle design for the 50 ml. He's shot down to 30 mLs for his perfumes, pretty much from here on out, unless he's doing something for someone else. So you're not likely to see this bottle design anymore, but
I like it.
yeah, it's a really nice bottle. When I had a bottle of Haxon, it was also in this bottle style, but I think that's also gone down to the 30 ml bottles now. If you are or have seen his work for a long time, back when he ran an older version of Prin Parfums, those 50 mLs were just a square bottle, but those are also down to 30 ml bottles now. So 30 ml is the standard.
Yep.
So you're not likely to see this, but we're talking about the same perfume that you're smelling today.
Yeah.
So Mandarava, it is 1 out of 7 perfumes that we own from Prin, and it is one of my very favorite of the perfumes that he has released.
Yeah.
It's a yellow floral masterpiece. I think you've seen a lot of exotic yellow floral compositions from a lot of the big name brands in the niche world. You've seen Arij Lador and Bortnikov and even Ensar Oud delve into these yellow floral categories. But I think Prin is the most undersung of them all. I think his yellow florals are, in my opinion, the best of the bunch. And I think Mandarava is...
Like that.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's one of the very crown jewels of yellow floral perfumes, I think. Diogenes agrees.
Diogenes does agree. So yeah, I spent some time wearing this during the week, getting ready that we were going to record this video, and don't let the color of the juice fool you. It won't, that should ever, but anyway. I mean, I think like I could wear this pretty well. I think it's a bit, while you do say floral, it's not a feminine floral, in my opinion. Do you think it's feminine?
No.
It's not a masculine floral either.
No,
Can you
it's
have
not.
a masculine floral? Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a unisex floral.
Yeah, it's very ambiguous.
It's an asexual floral. But it's got some stuff in it that makes it kind of dark and woody and fun.
Yeah, Prin has this very special way about his perfumes. Some people complain about it, but I actually think it's a gift from his perfumes, where he does take very overtly natural ingredients, and he also takes very crowd-pleasing synthetics and magically works them together in a way that that a lot of his fragrances are still off-putting to people who aren't familiar with any type of niche perfumery. If you're brand new to the niche world, a lot of his more animalic or spicier perfumes can be really aggressive. And I think a lot of that is because he takes a lot of very challenging natural ingredients and he builds a composition around them. He really likes cypriol oil or nagarmatha. He uses that a lot. You'll see a lot of civet in his perfumery, a lot of goat hair.
Civet is great. Oh, I don't see any hair in here though. Sorry,
So,
bad jokes. They won't go away.
His work is really challenging to niche lovers because they do contain a lot of synthetic chemicals that become that he doesn't hide. He doesn't tuck them away into corners.
So he's the niche of the niche.
Well, he's like designer fragrances for people who are not into designer, and niche fragrances for people who are really into the far end of the niche category.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But a lot of people don't recognize that because a lot of people who are too far into the niche category think, for some odd reason, they think any type of synthetic aroma chemical is a negative to have in the perfume, or they just don't like to be aware of it. Nevertheless, a lot of the natural perfumes that they're smelling are jam-packed full of synthetic chemicals. They just are tucked away. They're rounded off a lot more.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think this is like a super solid unisex, in my opinion, more of a colder weather fragrance. Just because of like the way it feels, it doesn't really have the light airiness of something you would want to wear during, the warmer times at all. I think it's definitely like a universal event sort of thing. Like I wore it all day at home, and it was great. And but you could wear it to work, to home, to Trader Joe's, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so what it smells like ultimately, what do you think when you smell it? How would you describe this?
Well, I mean that kind of goes into like who I think would wear this.
Okay.
Is how I would describe it.
So who do you think would wear it?
Like a very manly lumberjack.
Wow.
Like it's definitely, because it's got like the natural like floral / like greenery elements to it, you automatically get that hint of nature, but because of like the animalics like civet and some of the more woody notes and whatnot, it's like a manly, like a manly smell. I don't know, that's the best way I could describe it. Like someone who's like just living up in Alaska, fending off from some bears. I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah, it does this really interesting thing. It for sure seems to be a colder weather scent, despite being very overtly floral.
Yeah.
And I think that's because the champaca that's in here, it really brings like a very dense, like leafy, flowery feel to the perfume. But then there's also a very loud tuberose note in here as well that kind of expands that leafiness out and makes it kind of a heady, narcotic leafiness. Mm-hmm. And then to make matters even stranger, there's aldehydes that are placed on top of that, and there's a molybdenum that's underneath of that. So you have this really warm sweetness that kind of builds up down from below, and then you have this kind of airiness that's put on top that doesn't open the notes up as much as it just is a way to lead you down into that warm ambery sweet feeling. And there's also cypriol in here as well. Like I mentioned, that's one of his favorite notes, so that gives it this really dense green earthiness to it. And a lot of the other floral notes are just adding to this really dense natural scent that you're describing. And there's also
maybe not a lumberjack. Maybe like a mushroom forager or something.
a delicious mushroom forager. There's also a ton of civet in here too, so that's another thing that's making it more wintry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
I don't really have any good person other than just,
just a mushroom forager.
But like not the brawny man type of lumberjack look or like Paul Bunyan. That's no. Like you gotta go like crazy hair.
Crazy beard.
Yeah.
Tripping on psychedelic mushrooms that he's not selling to other people.
Yes.
He's just foraging them for himself.
For himself, completely legally. No, I don't know. I really struggled trying to think of like who would wear this because it is such a unique. It's so unique in what it would smell like. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I have found that with most of Prin's compositions, the ones that really strike me, there's about 9 or 10 of them that I really, really like so far, from what I've smelled. And they all have this really kind of old worldy feel to them, while still being brought into the modern era. It's not old worldy enough that you think like, oh gosh, this is like totally foreign to my nose. It's a witch's brew from forever ago. But he puts a lot of those aroma chemicals in them in a way that makes them feel like Dior has somehow gotten a hold of ancient medieval manuscripts that describe the spice trade's most beautiful perfumes that they brought ashore, and Dior goes, that's great. Let's add some like norlibanol or something to that to make it a little bit more sellable to our modern audience.
Capitalism.
Yeah. So.
But who would wear it? You don't have anybody.
Well, that's kind of what I was gonna say though. I think someone maybe like a very strange spice, like captain of a spice ship back in the day.
So you mean Dune, like spices?
Trippy,
life.
man.
Yeah.
We're doing psychoactive drugs once again.
Yeah.
To describe this perfume.
No, but like a spice trader is a good idea.
Yeah. And not somebody who's you can pinpoint to like the Far East necessarily, or not someone from the North.
No.
Not someone from
it's just like
Egypt or Africa.
It's a racial ambiguous
yeah.
spice mushroom trader.
Yeah.
I feel like this person probably has a pipe and has lots of books. It is a very mysterious fragrance, and I think no matter what, people are gonna like this on you. This is not one of his fragrances that's really challenging. No.
It's challenging in that it's foreign to most people. Most people are not gonna say that they have smelt anything remotely like this.
But I think even, we're talking about that it pushes the realms of some, what people are comfortable with. I think if you have a less experienced nose, or you're wearing it around people with less experienced nose, it'd still be a very pleasant experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just that, if you have a trained nose, you're looking for certain things, and that might be off-putting, but...
Yeah, well, even if you have a trained nose, and like I'm saying, you're familiar with the kind of yellow floral boom that has happened lately, Mandarava's not going to be one of those perfumes that feels redundant to you. You're not going to have smelt Bortnikov's line or a Reviw d'Or and say that, oh, this is reminiscent of one of the perfumes from those lines. There have been people online who have said that this smells like some of Reviw d'Or's musk lines. I don't find that to be extremely true. It smells to be of similar caliber, but I don't know that I would say it feels redundant to any of the works that I've smelt from Reviw d'Or. So yeah. Anyway, what would you rate this?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I really enjoyed wearing it. So, but I don't think it's like a home run for me. It's mostly just because it's not really 100% my my fragrance that I'd pick out as like a blind buy, or not a blind buy, but a blind pick. That's what I meant. If I'm going to the cabinet and picking something. I would say somewhere between the range of a 7.9 or an 8.1.
Oh,
like,
nice.
you know, it's solid, it's good, but not something that I just want to like, I find myself gravitating towards all the time.
Okay.
Not enough tuberose for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd say this is a 10 out of 10.
Is there anything that we own that isn't a 10 out of 10 anymore?
Yeah.
Okay,
there
well,
are.
stay tuned for those.
But this is, I mean, this sits right up there with like Aranyaka and Nocturnal Poetry, Miriga. I don't know how to say that. For in terms of Prin's best perfumes, he's also done some other projects that I rate as highly as this one. But I think this is one of his very best. So,
Well, there
if you're
you
in the, sorry, go for it.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it. If you're in the mood or in the market for a yellow floral,
That
give
doesn't
Mandarava
smell
a
like
try.
yellow floral, but does smell like yellow floral.
Definitely smells like yellow floral.
This is what you should do. You heard it from us.
You heard it from us.
Though we do need to run before our cat decides to come downstairs and terrorize us.
So we'll see you in another 6 months.
Goodbye!
See you guys.